everybody. Welcome today. Tanya here from the Canadiva. We are in the middle of our Mom and Me at the Dispensary tour. And what I wanted to do today is, like we did a couple of days ago, is bring on the dispensary and talk to them about why they're excited to participate. We want to big up our sponsors, who is Select and Grassroots, who are supporting us at the last leg of our tour. We really want to give them a lot of thanks for doing that. So today I have the awesome pleasure of bringing on a fellow Canadiva, if I must say so myself, Shelby Bloom, who is the marketing director for Happy Days on Long Island, Happy Days Dispensary. And welcome, Shelby. Thank you for coming on with me.
Yeah. Thank you for having me on. You're just the best.
I appreciate you so much.
I was looking at your little intro slides, and it's like, you take care of shit.
You know what? I want to make sure that people get information. And listen, in this world of social media, it's so funny. Like, you got to get it to people immediately or they're going to leave. And I like to talk to them. I like to share with them. Some people learn differently. So however I can spread that information, that's what I want to do. So thank you. And thank you for being here. So we are in the middle of our Mom and Me Dispensary, Mom and Me at the Dispensary tour. And tomorrow, Friday, between the hours of 2 and 6, we are at Happy Days.
We're so excited. We can't wait for it.
I am so excited to be there. I've heard great things. I don't live on Long Island, so I would not really get out there, but I'm really happy to be there because I've heard such great things about the space and the team. Obviously, you're on the team, so that's pretty great already. So tell me a little bit about Happy Days and what they're trying to carve out in the marketplace.
Yeah, so we're a very community-oriented dispensary. I think that we rest our laurels on our pillars of community and education and destigmatization. We take it very seriously. We take communicating with our local community very seriously and really doing anything to give people a happier day. That's like literally everything we believe in is in the name.
I love that so much.
We press forward with that in mind at all times. So, having an opportunity to engage with moms specifically is so exciting because, I mean, I'm a mom, you're a mom. we know how important this conversation is because our cups have runneth over.
Yeah.
And giving, we do need an open invitation to hey, make your life a little easier, right? Like, give yourself a break a little.
100%. And here's what I've realized also, which is another reason why putting this together was so important, is because I know at various stages of one's life, whether you're a young mom or, a new mom, or you're a grandma or an auntie or what have you, I think moms come in many shapes and sizes, right? I think there's a conversation that just can be had with cannabis, about cannabis, that's not, listen, somebody said to me jokingly, I said, so you trying to get grandmas to start smoking blunts? I'm like, absolutely not, unless that's what she wants to do.
Right. No, edibles are fine.
Or you know what? When my mom was introduced to cannabis, you know what it was? It was a topical. She loved it topical. She had hip pain. We got her something that she could put on her body. She experienced relief. Conversation shifted now. Anything that she had in her mind now was gone. She didn't have to smoke. She didn't have to smell like weed. She could enjoy the benefits of cannabis and never have to consume it. She didn't have to eat it. Now, she eventually was like, oh, let me learn a little bit more. But that opened the conversation because anything she had in her head was gone.
Yeah, it really, what the way that your point of entry happens is irrelevant, right? You're going to find the thing that's best for you. The important thing is the point of entry, that you open your mind to it.
Yes.
We talk about wellness, we talk about self-care, we talk about the things that are supposed to, make our lives this magic fix. And this is something that kind of it's a great accompaniment to it. it helps you find mind. You know, I hear so many women that are like, I should meditate, but I can't because I have too much on my mind. It's like, all right, have a 5 milligram gummy and try to meditate. Like maybe that will be like what you're looking for to help you get over that hump of not being able to like release all the pressures that
Yeah.
every
And listen, I'm even bigger. Like if you're new, have a 1 milligram something.
totally
Have a
totally
1 milligram something, and maybe you'll have a little bit better of a sleep experience. Then it's not like, I just think like, especially for new people, like I, I'm a consumer. I have been for moons, many. But I am not from a background that is cannabis friendly at all. Considering the fact that I am Jamaican and Asian, there is no, they were like, are you out of your mind? You're going to be a crackhead. So, like, literally that conversation. But this is an industry. So now it's work. We all like to work. I'm Jamaican. I should have 18 jobs, right? But I also, it's the wellness area where I became a point of a center of influence in a way for talking about the plan. So I think like having people like yourself and myself and let's say a Kimber or the Kennedy team who are knowledgeable, who can say, listen, I know exactly where you're coming from. So it's having that, I don't know, synergy, having that beyond being a connection point of being a woman. Women are all over the spectrum, meaning you could be a
100%.
single woman living your best life. You could be a woman who's chosen not to have kids. You could be like, a retiree, but all of that is encompassed in, we can have that kind of this conversation with everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like nobody is exempt from the world that we live in right now. And the world that we live in is not in a solid place by any means, right? So even if you're doing your best to kind of like remove the things that trigger you the most or the things that are the most stressful, you're left with still something triggering is something stressful. And we pretend that it's not happening because we as women think that we have to like put up this guard of like, we're okay. And it's like, we're not okay.
Yeah.
Collectively, we're not okay.
And I think one of the biggest solves to that is community.
100%. 100%.
Listen, and that, like, we have a virtual space, and I'll talk about that later, but we have a virtual community where we can continue conversations in a virtual space and it's safe. And sometimes we're just there burning. We're just like, look, mama needs to smoke a little joint right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
there's every occasion, like, and I think that that's important to know. Like, you have to find, again, your point of entry. You have to find the thing. Like, you can look for excuses to try it. Like, you can be curious about it. You don't have to have a reason that you're curious about it. You can
not
just
at
be
all.
curious.
Not at all.
Like being around people, I guess because we're in the industry and because
we have created, there's a silo for us right now.
Yeah.
And we're in this, it's like this little incestuous, beautiful bubble, but
I was actually in Philadelphia last night and it was a whole different group of Canadivas. And I was like, oh my God, we're everywhere. And
100%.
we have this unity around the plan, which is a beautiful unity. And there's so much love and positivity and potential for that and spreading that word that, like, I don't even think that it's just about the plan. I think it's about choosing ourselves and saying we want to make this journey as enjoyable as possible and maybe take away some of the negative side effects of the things that we're looking to replace.
Yeah. And I'm big on health and wellness too. Like, as a woman in her 50s, cannabis has been an extreme plus to the phases in my life. And I think that happens everywhere, which is really why doing this Mom and Mia support, like, so important to me. So if you are an adult child of a mama, we want you, or you have an auntie or your grandma. Like, I started my cannabis road with my grandmother, and then eventually with my mom. And listen, I have my aunt, we introduced cannabis to her and it was really helpful, so we just, again, not trying to make you suggest a product, but suggests that there is community, suggests there is conversation, and your curiosity, like you said, is wonderful. Curiosity is wonderful. I think that is the spice of life, is being curious.
And it's for you, we're not pushers. We're pushers for like, hey, this is something that can work for you in a positive way.
Yeah.
In a healthy way, and in a way that like you're going to be like, oh, there are like many benefits to it. It's not, but you get to make the decisions on your own. I think
100%.
that what you're doing that's so substantial and important by having this program at Happy Days is you are inviting people in the door that might be nervous to walk through the door, because the dispensary experience is intimidating. It is not something 100%. That you walk in, you don't pull up and say like, I'm ready, let's go. Right. I've been shopping. Oh no, the music just kicked in, but it's okay. Now we're fine. It takes time to feel comfortable in the dispensary.
100%.
I shopped out of state for a long time, and every time I walked into a new dispensary over the years, it was intimidating in some way.
In some way, even for me, it was the sheer excitement. I was like, "Oh my god!" You know what? My first shop was in Colorado, and I was just like, it was so exciting for me.
Yeah, you're like, what's happening? And then it's also like, we have 100 different companies, growers, processors. We have so many different people that are represented in this building, which is something that is very exciting.
Wonderful.
But also equally intimidating for the shopper. And we really do, we try very hard to make sure that we make it as easy as possible by providing resources. Yes. But you're doing the work of getting people through the door in the first place, which is critically important, because
I love that. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yes.
Matters.
I mean, I want people to come in. We work so hard to have this market. I want people to take advantage of this market. I mean, this is literally what we've been fighting for myself for the last many moons, but professionally, at least 10 years, and to be here, every time somebody walks into a dispensary, like along the tour, I'm like, how cool is it that you're walking into a legal dispensary in your state? I mean, just how cool is it? And they're like, it really is cool.
It's so fun. I have so much joy in seeing people's joy, and there's a lot of it here. People are just like, I don't need a medical card. I'm like, no, you literally just need to be a grown-up, because
you need to be a grown-up.
Hey, you can make decisions for your body, for yourself.
Imagine that. So thank you. I want to just tell everyone where we're going to be and who they may see along the way. So for our last couple of runs, we've already did a bunch. Our next stop is you. Tonight, I'm sorry. Tonight, we're going to be at Two Buds in the Bronx. Tomorrow, we're at Happy Days in Farmingdale. Saturday, we're doing 2 stops at Elevate in Mount Vernon. And we're going to be, I'm sorry it's not here, Little Beach Harvest in the Hamptons on Saturday. Then Terp Bros, and then we finish at Matawana, and Matawana is a Black woman-owned dispensary, and I just found out she's also Caribbean, so I was like, oh, Wagwan.
She's awesome. She spoke at the Green Market Summit.
I heard.
She was fabulous. Really, all the Joy Leaf was there.
Darsh, we were there for Darsh's last Saturday. Oh my God, it was so good last Sunday. She's so wonderful.
She's awesome. I think that's really like the women in this space is.
I tried to find them all.
Yeah, it's no joke.
Let's go, ladies.
I feel deeply passionate about the opportunity that we have as women, because we think the way that we do, to really work together to start standardizing vocabulary and education and high level. This is what New York product looks like. This is what, a dose is in New York State that is a legal dose, because we're all messaging the same thing. And there seems to be a lot of creating messaging separately, but we're in this together,
Yes, and I think activations like Mom and Me, it breaks stigma piece by piece, because you're getting it from source as opposed to getting it from hearsay. Yeah. And if you want, I research everything, even if you tell me, so I'm going to research it anyway. But now you're getting it from source, and you can continue to do your research and continue to learn. This is just a nice starting point to be in a community of people like yourself where you can come and learn, feel not judged, feel no shame, feel
Yeah.
like there's
No, if
you can be
anything,
your vulnerable
say,
self and just get your questions answered.
I think that people don't realize, like, it's the opposite of judgment, because the questions that people are asking matter to us at Happy Days so much. We talk about, like, what are the most common questions that were asked today, because we need to find out what the information that we need to be sharing with people to make this an easy experience for them.
I love that. And then we want to also big up the brands that we have supporting us. There's a few brands that we brought on. Where we are brands, we've got, oh my goodness, hold on, I have to pull it up. Happy Hounds, Chime and Chill. I think Chef for Hire, Chime and Chill are going to be there. We've also got 1906. We've got Bong Candles, which is a woman-led brand. It's the cutest thing. We've got Happy Hounds, we Puff Cards, we've got Hustle and Flow. There's so many. They're in the lineup. I'll get it on the way out. And
curated some rock stars there.
Yeah, no, some serious rock stars. I think Chef for Hire may be the only male-led company, only because he creates a product that you can use in your kitchen. And I thought that was so valuable to be able to say, listen, take a teaspoon or a quarter teaspoon of this honey and put it in your tea. And
he takes it very seriously.
He does, and I love that.
Home cooking matters to him. Utilizing it in everyday capacity matters to him. And he also does have a female co-founder, so we'll give him a pass.
Yes, I love that. So tonight we're in Two Buds in the Bronx, but tomorrow from 2 to 6, we are at Happy Days. Thank you so much, Shelby, for always being. Wait, I wanted to mention this. Before we wrap up, how was your conversation with your mom when you talked to her about cannabis?
My mom is so skeptical. Still, I'm like, Mom, you need weed so bad. Yep. She's very proud. My parents are so proud of the direction that I've had it in my life. And I think that authenticity matters so much. And I've loved this plant for my whole life, really.
Yeah.
So she knows the mutual respect between myself and the plant.
Yeah.
She won't use it.
It's okay. Like I said, give her a topical. If she's got, sore feet.
Give her a brownie. That's what I'm going to give her.
You got to meet people where they are. That's my thing. You got to meet people where they are. You don't want to smoke? Give me your feet after a long day and let me rub this 1-to-1 or CBD only on it. And let's see if you have relief. And then we'll gradually move you towards.
Yeah. She makes Rice Krispie treats for my dad, so it's not like she's against it. Yeah, she doesn't want to chill. It's not her vibe.
Listen, it is what it is, right? Thank you, Shelby. You're the best. Shelby of also the Betty Bloom, right? Betty Bloom,
yeah.
Betty Bloom.
That's me.
The marketing director for Happy Days, and so we got Canadivas all through this market. Building their own brands, supporting legal dispensaries. I love it. And I am looking forward to seeing you on Friday. Thank you, Mom. I appreciate you.
Can't wait. And I will see you tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow. All right. I'll talk to you soon, Mama. We're going to have our exit as we exit. Sit tight afterwards and we'll chat a little bit. Yeah.